What's going on, guys? It's Connectedvape here again with the Build Wizard. Staying magical, as always. And we're here to bring a couple things today. We got some hardware, some new mods, drippers, and auto drippers. And yeah, so we're going to be taking a look at the Lone Wolf by Wulf Mods and the different finishes they got, and their auto dripper and their regular dripper.
It's called the Spartan.
Yeah, it is called the Spartan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spartan.
The Spartan. I know this is just the Lone Wolf RDA.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah.
So we'll drop down up close, give you a personal view on it, and go back up top, vape on it, tell you what we think.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and take a up close look at the mod, the dripper tank, and the RDA. So first thing I want to point out is these cool anodized sleeves. So on the inside, it's copper tubing right on the inside of there with a beautiful anodized aluminum sleeve around there. Same thing on the full copper one. Looks really cool. On the camera it kind of looks gold, but from here it's very, very copper. So just take my word for that one. So then the top here is pretty much standard, just your dual adjustment pins right there. You have your first one up top here. Bring that a little closer. First one up top here that adjusts for the atomizer, and then this smaller one on the bottom that adjusts for your battery rattle. Pretty standard in most of them. Now the coolest part about this mod is the button. So the way that works is that it actually recesses inside of the tube right here and allows you for more of that battery adjustment. So just go ahead and screw it in right there, and it's done. Flush, all looks nice. Even if it sticks out a little bit, still looks pretty clean, and it won't push your button because your button is recessed inside of there. So we'll break down the RDA a little bit. It's pretty standard. It looks like typical 4-post design, but what's really cool about this one is that they included a solid copper block in there for extra conductivity and power. That's what I really like about these RDAs, is that they hit super well, and really, really easy to use build deck. The two top caps that they have is the black one and the copper one, just to match your setup or mix and match, because either one you put it on looks really, really nice. Now the Spartan auto dripper, really cool setup, has a spring on the inside of this tank right here that when you push this down, it drips through this little hole on the inside of there right onto your build deck. Now the build deck is really cool because it is recessed down in there pretty far with your airflow, as you can see right there. Has an Allen head top, and what's cool is that you can run it in dual coil mode because of this little it's like domed. The way it looks is that when you drip down in there, it goes all the way around the sides and goes down on both coils. So yeah, these are the two this is the whole setup right here, and everything's really simple and well put together. The threading is super great and buttery. It's that typical American-made machining that we all know and love so much. So the two options for anodizing right now is the copper right here and then the black, but they are coming out with a white anodized aluminum sleeve around there, and I think that'll look very, very clean on one of these setups. So yeah, we'll go ahead and bring you back up and give you a little more information about these this whole setup right here. So yeah, that was the up and close look at the Lone Wolf Mod by, what is it, Connectedvape?
Connectedvape.
They're based out of Corona, California, and I really believe they've put together a piece of quality right here. That having a very good price point, you really kind of get a steal on it with how much quality it has.
Yeah, it's definitely affordable, and it feels quality. I mean, it's got good weight to it. Personally, I like it for the price that it's at. It's kind of one of those no-brainers just to pick up,
And one thing about copper mods that I've always struggled with is that it always like tarnishes and ends up looking like garbage and just kind of looks like shit after a while. So the way they got around that is by doing a solid copper mod on the inside with an anodized aluminum sleeve, so that it does not tarnish, it feels good, and it stays cold in your hand without heating up too bad, because that aluminum has a very even displacement on heat.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like that they're doing something different. I mean, I haven't seen any mod that has the same type of bottom switch that this does. It slides in there itself,
yeah,
which is kind of cool, and it also acts as like extra battery adjustment, which is nice. So your top atomizer will always be flush no matter what. And it doesn't look like, even when the button sticks out the bottom, like just a tiny bit, it doesn't look like it's not supposed to be like that.
And I'm just my personal preference. I'm slowly moving towards those recessed button types rather than ones with locking rings, because I don't know. Just working in a shop, I don't know how many locking rings I've seen have like they all tighten up and they seize, and you have to put it in the freezer. Or,
Fusion.
yeah, they fuse all together, and you have to either put it in the freezer or use pliers to get that freaking locking ring off. And that
Carefully
ends up
use pliers.
carefully. The more you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, having a recessed button like this is something that I'm glad to see most mods kind of moving towards.
Yeah, I like their take on their dripper and the Spartan. The Spartan is actually super convenient.
Yeah.
To say the least. I drove down to visit family over the holidays, and the long drive, I didn't really feel like dripping, so I took it with me and mobbed around.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's just convenient. The airflow on it is really good, and the way that the inside of the Spartan curves up, it actually works out because it only has the one drip hole on the top. Mm-hmm. So when it comes out, it seems like it cones around and gets both pools right.
Yeah, which is really nice because a lot of other auto drippers on that style, I'm not going to mention names, they only come down on that one side, so they really work best in single coil mode. Whereas with this one, you can run dual coil. It's dripping right now. That is honestly the coolest part, because ever since I started rebuilding atomizers and stuff, I'd always want something that I don't have to constantly take apart and drip on and everything. But I didn't necessarily want a tank, so the fact that they came up with an idea like this is pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely liking it, and it's just bringing that affordability, which is nice. Coming from working in the shops aspect and looking at things, it's people want to come in, they want the newest, coolest stuff, and not everybody can afford a $300 mod. So,
yeah.
And it, I've had it in the shop for a little while now.
About a week ago.
Really never made no difference with the shit made.
So I've had it in the shop for, I don't know, about a week or so. And all the customers that I showed it to, the first thing I asked them, how much do you think it costs? Mm-hmm. And they're first
175,
yeah,
200,
220 was what was thrown out there, and it was nice to see that because it was, farther than my point of view.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. So it's definitely nice for the price that it's at. It's we're going to be retailing them, the mod and the dripper together, for $145, I believe.
Yeah, that's the total.
And then we're gonna have the Spartan tanks as well available for sale. But $145 for
an entire authentic setup.
Yeah,
American made.
It's kind of a no-brainer.
So that has been the Lone Wolf Mod by Vape, and this is the Build Wizard
and Connectedvape. And until next time, make sure all of you guys out there in YouTube land stay connected
and stay magical.